Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do another episode of Buy or Sell, where I give you guys about 4 cards to buy at their current value and 4 cards I would sell, I would avoid. I think that their value is just way too high. So let's get into the episode. Guys, make sure, if you haven't already, check me out on Twitch. I'm live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. If you have any hot questions you want answered immediately, come hang out in Twitch during my stream, and I'll be happy to help. So let's get into today's buy or sell. We'll kick things off with the 85 primetime Claude Giroux. Right now, he's going for about 42 to 45K. The reason why he is really valuable and a great buy, in my opinion, is there is not a lot of good, cheaper center options that aren't master set players. So if you take a look down in the bottom right corner, face-offs at 87 for a base card. Well, not a base card, but a primetime card. Very, very good early on. You combine that with the fact that he's got 87 skating and a decent shot as well at 88 accuracy, 83 power. The reason why I think that he is a buy, more specifically, is the fact that you can get Crosby for like 80 to 90K right now, whereas Claude Giroux is essentially slightly better on the draw and has almost identical stats. So just a much better value, in my opinion. So for anyone looking to grab a non-master set center that can actually win the draw for you, Claude Giroux is a really good option. A lot of the other good face-off players, Ryan O'Reilly specifically, have great face-offs, but their skating is really rough, whereas this Claude Giroux will not, kill you in the speed department. On to the 84 lit Evgeny Kuznetsov, 6'2", 204 with the wingman synergy. Now, wingman I'm not a huge fan of, that's fine. But the fact that he's going for like 25K is pretty great value. At 6'2", 204 means he's going to be really effective in his own zone in terms of bumping and getting the puck back, as well as being able to hold on to it with that 89 puck control. So it's just a really good, well-rounded card. You combine that with the fact that he's got 89 skating. If you have distributor on, that's bumped up to 92. And then his shot at 90 accuracy is just really, really good for a left-handed winger card. You're not going to be able to play him at center, obviously, with the 63 faceoffs. But this is a really, really good winger card for you, especially for the cost. 26K is a prime price to grab something like this. The next buy would be the 85 base Jonathan Huberdeau. So obviously his upgraded card for the lit, event came out, but it didn't have a very good synergy. When you combine the fact that, he's got the speedster synergy, which is one of the best player ones in the game, bumps his speed up to 89 without distributor, and gives him 89 wrist shot power to go with the 88 accuracy he's already got. This is a very, very good, again, another left-handed fast winger card that you can get as long as you've got the speedster synergy. But the fact that he's going for like 16, 17K, if you're a free-to-play team, this is one of the better cards to go and grab. And because, the lit card came out for Jonathan Huberdeau, it dropped his base card price because technically he gets +1 in every other stat for the lit card, but it doesn't matter because the synergy bumps him up and makes it better to have the base one anyway. So a really good buy for under 20K. Nice. And then the final buy now for me would be the 85 primetime Nicklas Backstrom. So now he's got similar stats, honestly, to the base Huberdeau. He's going to be a left-handed winger for you, but the howitzer synergy is by far the best in the game. And once you have that activated, you're just in a really, really good spot with 890 agility, 89 speed. Wrist shot is nice at 84 and 87. Just all of his hand stats, other than hand-eye, above 90. Just a very, very well-rounded card. You can get him for just under 40,000 coins. So this would be like the left-handed version of Stamkos or Sagan, and one that I would look for going into next week. Not a bad card at all. All right, guys, on to the sells of the week. We're going to kick things off with the primetime Brad Marchand. So first, he's got the Thief synergy, which is just kind of, in my opinion, useless for winger cards, obviously, because he's not going to benefit from the face-off rating. Although, I mean, I guess technically if it boosts up to 75, it's not horrible. Well, it's pretty bad, but regardless, the reason why this is a sell for me is it's going for 60,000 coins. He's only got 84 speed, so it's nothing crazy. His wrist shot also under 90 as well, but he's 5'9", 181. If you're going to be a smaller card in this game, and a lot of them are usable now, again, the change from 20 to 21, speed along the wings kills. So you can use smaller cards. Howie Morenz is one of my favorite cards in the game right now. But at 84 speed, you're not really taking advantage of the fact you're only 5'9". You're going to be useless in the defensive zone because you're not going to be able to bump people off the puck. just not a good buy in my opinion. There's so many other options that are far cheaper that I'd much rather have. I mean, the Backstrom the primetime Backstrom, I would much rather have, and it's 20,000 coins less. I'd even rather have the 85 Huberto, who's going for almost 45,000 coins less. So this is just a hard sell. I said this in the last buy or sell, but I need to reiterate it. Never buy icon collectibles or even gold collectibles for the auction house price. They're averaging around 65,000 coins, which is wild, because you can sit in the auction house and buy gold players for like 750 coins, which basically gives you an icon collectible for under 40k. Just a hard pass all the way around on the icon collectibles, guys. I know that a lot of you are impatient. I'm one of the most impatient. That's why I throw my money at the game early on so I didn't have to deal with any of this. But man, I will never buy collectibles out of the auction house straight up. Just not a good buy. If you were to pack one and say you have 5 icon collectibles and 6 and you're one away from Lemieux or Gretzky, I would legit, if I packed one, I would sell it for the 65k that you'll get for it, and then just wait and make another one. It's just, especially with all the rewards you guys get, man, there's no reason to not just wait, open up your packs from Squad Battles, Rivals, Hut Champs, make the collectibles. Yeah, please. Okay, the next one, again, is another broad one, and it is icons in general. So if you've watched my stream, I've been kind of on the hunt to have the best team possible. And finally, the stream hasn't even seen this, but I'll give you a team update in a little bit. But I've gotten all the cards, in my opinion, that make the best roster that you can possibly make in this game right now. And I have bought and looked and hunted for a lot of specific icons based on synergies and things like that. The problem is that for the 85s and 86s, it's just simple math. So let's say that the icon collectibles are valued at around 50,000 coins, okay? You can easily get 50 gold cards for 1,000 coins and make them. So if we're looking at the 85, that means, for this Mike Gartner, it's, 50,000 coins, you have a shot at making them. Now, obviously, the benefit from buying one outright is that, it's tradable, so you can get rid of it if you don't want it in the future, and you don't have to, have a hope and pray that you get it. But 85 and 86 specifically have enough opportunity to pull cards that are good for you, where like I would never pay 140,000 coins for Mike Gartner when I can rip a 50 an icon choice pack and it cost me 50,000 coins essentially, and get him there. Like you're just spending so many coins to just have the tradable version for the the automatic. Take the shot. Now 87 overall. 87 is by far the worst set because there is a lot of options that are just real rough. For example, Dennis Potvin, who's literally almost cheaper than Mike Gartner. The only real strong pull in 87 is obviously Paul Coffey, who's the best card and a great white buffalo of this entire game. It took me... all right, here's... I'll spill the beans on it. I had to spend 400,000 coins to get Paul Coffey because I tried to make that set twice, and the 87 set is expensive enough where you don't want to miss. Like, that's 150 players, so that's about 150,000 coins in value. And if you don't get an 87, if you don't get Paul Coffey, you don't get Joe Sakic, even Solani is kind of not a good option because of his endurance. Like, you just lost out on a ton of coins. So the 87 set is super dangerous. Now, that being said, like all the other ones, so like 85s, to get Adam Oates, he's in my opinion the best 85 that you can get, because of his face-off rating and the fact that he has speedster. Just do the icon sets. Don't go out and purchase these guys. They're going for so much more above what it actually costs to make them. And for the most part, like for example, the 88s, no one should be buying the 88s. You have an 80% chance to get Guy Lafleur, and unless I guess if you've done it twice, if you miss once and you do it again, then I guess I'd probably give up. But there's no reason to go and spend 600,000 coins on Guy Lafleur when you know that they're going to... The reason why tradable... I'm going to go on another tangent here. The reason why tradable icons this year have less value, in my opinion, is because of the introduction of bronze, silver, and gold icons. So these are bronze master icons. We know that they are going to be upgraded to silver icons, okay? So they will get an upgraded card that you will almost undoubtedly have to just use, put the bronze card in as well as some gold or icon collectibles to upgrade them in the future. And it's not like we're going to have to wait months. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like last year where the gold version of this card came out in like March or April. You know what I mean? And then it was just super expensive, and you couldn't use these cards for very long because, obviously using an 86 Matt Sundin, by the time December rolls around, you're probably not going to be able to use them in your lineup. That won't be the case this year, is because we're going to get the silver one. So if you have an untradeable version, that's fine, man. Like, it's okay. The only cards, I think, in my opinion, in terms of Master Icons that are real chases are Paul Coffey, because it's so hard to pull that set and get something of value. And to be honest, that's kind of it. After Paul Coffey, there isn't really another icon that I would go out and buy, because, again, $300K to get Scott Niedermayer. It costs $100,000 to make that set, guys. So just a hard pass on any of the icons, man. Just try and make the untradeable version, especially if you're free to play. And if you're hut rich, man, again, other than Paul Coffey, this is a hard pass for me. All right, and lastly, this is going to be another broad one as well. We want to talk about Team of the Week cards. So if you guys haven't been around or you didn't know what Team of the Week was, every week we'll get a set of cards that all get boosted +1. Now, their overall didn't change, but if you actually go and look, all of their stats went up +1, so this Nikita Kucherov went up +1. Here is the issue. Everyone wants the new shiny card. Obviously, that makes sense. But the Nathan MacKinnon, going for... Yeah, let's take a look here. Like, his average price, about 65,000 coins, seems to be the cheapest. You can go get his base card for like 45. You know what I mean? And it's just, you're spending 20 to 30,000 coins to have a +1 and everything. Unless there's synergy dictates it, there's no way I would do that. So, like Nikita Kucherov, for example, he has a wider gap because it's about 50,000 to grab Nikita Kucherov. It's an extra 25,000 to buy his Team of the Week card that, again, doesn't have a good synergy. It's just +1 everything, so it's not like you're going to notice a huge performance improvement. Obviously, if he gets more of them and he gets boosted up like 3 more than what his base card is, then that makes sense. But unless the synergy dictates, like they get Speedster, Howitzer, Distributor, something like that, then that makes sense. But other than that, man, watch over the Team of the Weeks, because it will crater the base version of the card, and you can really take advantage of that value when building your team. So now you can go get Nikita Kucherov for much cheaper, because he was going for like 80,000 coins before this Team of the Week came out. And you know what I mean? Now you're laughing. So guys, those are all the buys and sells for today's video. But let's take a look at my team. Again, like I said, I think I have the perfect squad in terms of just attributes and synergies and whatnot. So Guy Lafleur, Gretzky, and McDavid up front on my first line. Second line, we've got Howie Morenz with the Bergeron and Lemieux. Obviously, the 90 version of these cards would be the best, but... Third line is Panarin, Nylander, and Jean Beliveau. And then fourth line of Jari Kurri, Joe Sakic. And I really don't like this James Neal card, but I'm in kind of like synergy prison, because if you look, I have Distributor, Howitzer, and Speedster activated. So like if we go and take a look at Guy Lafleur with those synergies, he's got 99 speed with a 99 wrist shot. Like that's why Guy Lafleur is the best, like one of the best cards in the game, and will remain it regardless. So when you have all these synergies, there's very little wiggle room. So there isn't any better left-handed forwards or even right-handed forwards that have Howitzer. So James Neal is the current one that sits here. Same with Jari Kurri. I kind of want to replace him as well. There is one other option, and it's the Bobby Clark, who you could put at center, but it's not nearly enough of an upgrade. He's, in my opinion, much worse than Jari Kurri. So that's the forward group. On defense, I think this is the bar none best defensive core that you can make. So the lit Erik Karlsson, who's got 94 speed with a pretty good slap shot as well, and then the Miro Heiskanen, who I will turn into the full one. I'm just waiting for my rewards, because I'll probably just make him. I think I'm gonna boost him to 90, just because I think no matter what, Miro is big enough and fast enough and has a decent enough shot where, with the synergies he has, because he has in honestly, Distributor and Howitzer are the best two combo, but the second best would be Distributor and Speedster. So he's going to be on my team for a long time. So that's why I think I'm going to make him to 90, just because I low-key want to just have a swag 90 overall card. But that seems to be what I'm going to go with next. And then I've got, finally, Paul Coffey. which just like I said, I paid 400,000 coins. I do not recommend anyone do that, but again, I'm just on the hunt to have every stream was basically 30 minutes of wasted time just looking for Paul Coffey. There just never is any up on the market. I don't want to waste and do a third 87 overall set, especially with my team, because unless I got Paul Coffey, no one's going to make my lineup. Then we've got Chris Chelios, who I think is fantastic with Howitzer, activated 90 speed with Distributor as well. Just one of the best right-handed cards right behind Erik Karlsson. And then we've got Rob Blake, who is low-key an amazing defensive card. The fact that he's 6'4", 225 in his own zone, he just bodies everyone. But because he's got Speedster and I have Distributor activated, he's got 89 speed. So it's wild, especially when you combine the fact he's got 90 body checking. It's just a really, really good card. And then lastly, I've got Scott Niedermayer with Speedster activated and Distributor up to 94 skating. Just, you know, I love my defensive core, and I could probably run with this for the next, like, 6 weeks and still be one of the best in terms of, like, you know, attributes and whatnot. In net, I'm currently running Brodeur and Vasilevsky. Vasilevsky has been crap for me, but he has Distributor. Brodeur has been really good for me in terms of just goaltending performance. And then obviously I've got Brian Fiddler, who's super expensive. But that is the squadron so far, guys. And again, let me know what you think of the team and all of the buy and sells throughout that I did. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and come catch me live on Twitch, man. The streams have been bumping. 10 a.m. Eastern time. I'll see you guys next time.